zinc, 90mm by 19mm thick, ribbed on the other side. They're countersunk in by this tool, which is the smart bit. The screw is 304 stainless steel, 5 centimetres long, 2-bit drive. Don't use nails. This balcony area, just above ground level to the fence, is a boardwalk style, and across the back will be a decking, 90 by 45mm treated pine. It's H3, I think, which means it can't go under the ground, so you can use it above the ground. It's been put into the wall using the Dynabolts. At this end we've got a short 1 metre 95/45 Dynabolted into the first step. It's 19mm below the first step. The string line runs in the centre and goes along here, so it's 50 centimetres from that corner to the middle there. Treated pine, 100 by 100 to fit the 90 by 45 bearers in. One side, so marked it off. We're just taking that chunk out there. Where you got your cuts, it's no longer treated in here in the centre. The treatment process doesn't go through the centre, so you're going to have to put some sump oil, as they used to call it, or some sort of exterior paint, varnish oils, anything to protect the top there, and particularly the bottom. Even remember, put pebbles first or some sort of aggregate, and then put your post down and put concrete around it. Don't put concrete and then your post, otherwise moisture will get through and it'll rot very quickly up. So posts have been put in place and quickset poured in, bracketed off the wall. The distance is maintained then between the posts and the other piece of timber or the back wall. And the important thing about the concrete on days like today, it's going to shrink and move about pretty rapidly, and your hole's going to move about. So make sure you put some weight on your bearer or your joist while it sets. I put some stones in this bucket, and then the missus said, well, fill it up with water, you idiot, sir. So it's now got plenty of weight in it. So the next stage is the right hand side angled from here. This is the important angle to start this one off. You can't rely on the fence line, that's probably out anyway. Use the 3-4-5 rule here, 3 foot, 4 foot along there, and 5 foot at the diagonal and met up to make sure that piece there is at right angles. Posts have been placed in, one on the corner, 2 spaced out here, so they're going to hold, that's our bearing down there, and then a bearing across the right hand side with 1 post in there. The back wall is attached to the bottom part of the fence landscaping we did before. Another post there, another post there. We've already got that one in place, and in between these at 45, which is the distance, you should have no more than say 45 between the bearers so that the decking can sit on top. So again, these posts have been notched and they're 40 centimetres into the ground, so they're ready to go. Alright, today we're putting in these type of stringer bearers. Forming up around the planter boxes. The rest of the deck's completed now. We've put the support, other barrier noggins. Brace in position, 4 boards at a time at the moment, and of course we're cutting around the watering system over. The ends are overhanging, cut those off later on. holding the board, so you clamp it either side, push it into your tongue there. Clamp them together, it's crucial. So we mark the joist and bearer every few metres. Or rips or cut the boxes have been done. Put a piece of timber across the back, just glue that down. That's fine. Good scrub all over with this nappy bleach mixed with warm water. That's what we use. 2 coats on, leave for 15 minutes, and by the time you get the other end, come back and just wipe off the excess. Put on with a brush. You don't do it once a year.